what you need to know about Alaska's Contentious Willow oil drilling project. The controversial Willow project in Alaska is expected to be approved or disapproved by the Biden administration in the near future. The massive Willow oil drilling project by ConocoPhillips on Alaska's North Slope has been advancing through the administration's approval process for months, sparking a sudden upsurge in online activism against it. This includes more than 1 million letters sent to the White House in opposition to the project and a Change.org petition with more than 2.9 million signatures. Here are some key details concerning the Willow project. The Willow project is what? The National Petroleum Reserve in Alaska's North Slope, which is held by the federal government, is the site of ConocoPhillips' proposed Willow project, a vast and multi-decade oil drilling operation. Up to 600 million barrels of oil are located in the project's proposed region. The oil would take years to reach the market as the project has yet to be developed. Who is the Willow project's backer? The project, according to the state's legislators, will increase domestic energy output, create jobs, and reduce the nation's reliance on foreign oil. On March 3, President Joe Biden and his top advisors met with the three members of Alaska's bipartisan congressional delegation to urge them to support the project. A coalition of Alaska Native organizations on the North Slope backs the project and claims it may provide the area with a much-needed new stream of income and help pay for services like education and healthcare. The chance to maintain this investment in the communities is provided by Willow, according to Nugrup Harperek, head of the advocacy organization Voice of the Arctic UPIA, who spoke to CNN. We are dependent on the state and the federal government without that money and revenue source. Who opposes the Willow project? Some Alaska Natives who live closer to the proposed project, such as municipal authorities and tribe people in the native village of Nooksack, are extremely worried about the effects a significant oil development will have on their health and the environment. Nooksack Mayor Rosemary Otwangerwak and two other city and tribal leaders said in a recent private letter to Interior Secretary Deb Haaland that the village will suffer the most from Willow's effects on the community's health and ecology. In contrast to Nooksack, other villages receive some financial benefits from oil and gas activities, according to the letter. The industrialization of the Arctic is at its infancy here. Also, over 1 million letters were received to the Biden administration opposing the initiative, and over 2.8 million people signed a Change.org petition to stop Willow in the previous week as a result of an uptick in online activity against it on TikTok. Will the Willow project be harmful for the climate crisis? According to projections made by the administration, the project would produce enough oil to put 2 million more gas-powered cars to the road each year, or 9.2 million metric tons of carbon pollution that warms the world. This poses a serious threat to the climate and is inconsistent with the administration's pledges to address the issue, according to Jeremy Lieb, a senior attorney based in Alaska with the environmental advocacy group Earthjustice, who spoke to CNN. Groups are also concerned that the project might ruin habitat for native species and change the migration patterns of animals, like caribou, in addition to their worries about a rapidly warming Arctic. Supporters of the Willow project, including MPs from Alaska, promise that it will generate fossil fuel in a more environmentally friendly manner than importing it from other nations like Saudi Arabia or Venezuela. Why aren't we getting oil from a resource where we know we have the best environmental record in the world? Senator Lisa Murkowski, a Republican from Alaska, made the statement at a recent press conference. Would Biden be breaking his campaign commitment by supporting the Willow project? Biden pledged to stop new oil and gas drilling on public lands and seas during his 2020 presidential campaign, and he originally did so as part of an early executive order. The drilling moratorium, however, was overturned by a federal judge in 2021, and since then the Biden administration has made a number of locations accessible for fresh drilling. Several of these new oil and gas drilling zones have been challenged in court by environmental groups. Is it possible to sue Willow in court? Any approval of the Willow project by the Biden administration will very definitely be challenged in court. According to CNN, the environmental law organization Earthjustice is ready to sue the project. Attorneys have already begun laying out their legal case, arguing that the Biden administration has the ability to safeguard surface resources on Alaska's public lands as well as to take actions to lessen carbon emissions that would ultimately be added to by Willow. When is a decision expected from the Biden administration? A decision on the Willow project might come as early as this week. The Bureau of Land Management in Alaska suggested 3 drilling pads for the project, and the Biden administration could approve that scope or offer a scaled-down version with only 2 drilling pads. It might even choose to reject the Willow project outright.